Good afternoon. Welcome to document formatting. I wanted to update you a little bit with regards to the software and where we go next. Thank you for your patience in getting into the course and whatnot. So a couple things that I'm going to run you through here, and then we'll get started with getting you registered. So you'll come to your class, Document Formatting Online, and I did have a few emails from students saying that there were issues getting into a couple of assignments in the actual GDP software. I believe I have rectified that, but if you're still having issues, please give me a contact. All right, so course assignments. Your first set of assignments that will be due, and Blackboard is very slow today, will be to take a look at this class preview and introduction folder. And what this does is it is an area where you start to get familiar with Blackboard and you check out all the information that's been posted to the course. So you'll introduce yourself, and again, I've offered 10 extra credit points if you post a picture of yourself up there. And remember now, with the new grading scale, you may need all of those points because it's a little bit higher. Okay, so the next thing that you'll be able to do is to fill out your course introduction review, and that is just a review of all the things that are out there with regards to the syllabus and that kind of stuff. And again, I would just tell you to, snap the frames and put in your answers. And if you don't know how to snap, you can have two simultaneous web browsers open, and you can take the title bar and just go whoop all the way over. And here's another item that I have over. Oh, and because I'm running two monitors, it's not going to work too well, but it'll go like that for you. Okay, so that's that one. Let's maximize this again. All right, so the last thing, again, more extra credit because we do have a pretty elevated grading scale, is a smarter measure, and that's just going to assess some of your skills. Okay, once you get done with this, you're going to bounce back into course assignments, and this is where you're really going to stay for the remainder of this course. So if you have any questions, you can go to that general help or water cooler area, and fellow students and I will assist you. When it comes to the course setup, you're going to use this website right here, the GDP website, and I would make that a favorite right on your favorite bar. So once you get to that website, you can just, if you're using Internet Explorer, you can just click this little star, that favorite bar, and it'll be right here for you all the time. It's pretty critical that you print out this PDF guide. It's going to help you immensely. I will also tell you that you need to right-click on links when you're in Blackboard and open them in a new tab, so that we have Blackboard here and then we have GDP here. So what I mean by that is to come here, like to this site, right-click on it, and open it in a brand new tab. And that way it gets it out of Blackboard and it's in its own little window. All right, after that, you're seeing some what am I to do, okay? Lessons 1 through 20 are in your book, and I just gave my book away for a student to use today, so I can't show you that. I'm going to go see if I can steal a copy in a few seconds. But that's a refresher tool on your keyboarding skills. It's going to teach you the home row. It's going to teach you those numbers again. And so if you want to, you can do lessons 1 through 20. But for this class, you're only going to do lessons 21 through 60, so make sure that you're aware of that. And then you're going to begin by doing this pre-test. This is the only thing you're really going to submit in Blackboard. And we have some documents here for you, okay? And you are going to complete that assignment. So what this does is it has you type up a letter asking you to look at some formatting items, and in your textbook is an amazing reference area so you can see what the letter should look like, and then you type that up and you submit those two documents in Blackboard, and that's just to see where you're at. You have to use Microsoft Word 2010. Okay, so you're going to submit those assignments right here under this pre-test. Once you go ahead and complete it, you'll click this, and it's just taking a moment to load. And then you will come down here, and you can always write me a note here, and then you can browse to your computer to find that assignment. And then you come right up here or down below and you hit the submit button. Okay, so let's go back to course assignments. After that, and that's due on the 23rd as well. You're going to start working in Unit 5, which is 5 lessons. And in order to do the work in Unit 5, you have to register with GDP. Once you begin starting the work on your units, you no longer have to submit anything in Blackboard because it's all done in GDP, and that's where I'm going to correct it from until we get down to the final typings and some extra credit if you would like to do that. So you're going to go to the GDP website, which is this one that we opened up here, and you're going to open up your box, and you're going to have a book like this, and you're going to have a document holder, and you're going to have a little word book. Again, I'm sorry, I just gave that to my student. And then you're going to have an access code. If you've bought a used textbook, you may not have a registration or access code, which means you have to purchase one. So I'm going to walk you through that, okay? Right down here where it says new GDP student, I have a registration code, or I want to buy one online. This is where you have to go. So I want to buy one. Let's do this one. You're going to verify that you attend WITC and you're at the Superior campus because that's my home campus. If you have to look that up, again, make sure you choose Superior. Then, do you have a username? If you've taken keyboard, you may have a GDP username, or you can just select no. Then you have to agree, and I'm sure we've read all of this important stuff, and click next. And then you're going to find out which class to enroll in. We're in the Fall 12 online section, so that's the one you want to register, 61668, and that's what should match what you've applied for in Blackboard, or it's on your MyWITC. Now, this is what you're going to need, the software access only, and unfortunately it's $65, but there's nothing that I can do about that. Then you're going to create a login name, you're going to pay, and voila, you'll be in. Okay, so I'm going to come to this site again so I can log in as a student. Let's try this again. Okay. Now, I'm going to simulate as a student, and as we're waiting for this, I'm going to switch that. This will work too. As we wait for this to load, a couple things that I want you to be aware of. We are looking for your documents to be perfect because that's what an employer is going to expect. If you send out a memo or an email that's got a ton of errors in it, you're going to get yourself into trouble. All right? I know what it's like. I've sent out things with an error before. So take it from me that you don't want to be the person that has an error on their document. Part 2, which is units 5 through 8, and you're going to begin on page 73 of your book, will begin here. And so what you do is you're going to look at the big book, looks like this, and you're going to begin this lesson 21. Okay? Now typically, at the end of your lessons, 21 is a poor one to choose. On page 76, it's going to say go to your small word processing book, open up Word, and begin a document. And for lesson 21, you're just going to manipulate Word a little bit. So there's nothing to submit. Okay? But as you start going into 22, 23, you're going to have documents that you're going to submit. Now, all of these things are very important. There's a few things in here that frustrate me a little bit. The map a little bit, because it just keeps going and going and going and going. So these items, when I go back and look, I want to make sure that you're giving the college try and that your timings are in the allotted speed. Okay, we're looking to get you up to 40 words a minute here, and I have to verify with my group, but when I printed my syllabus, it said 25 words per minute. I believe that was changed in WIDS, but I'm having a difficulty finding that. So in order to get an A, I'm pretty confident you have to be at 40 words per minute. Okay? So I will get back to you on that when I know for certain. All right, so when I go to correct, part of your grade, let me come back here to Blackboard is going to be that you have completed all of the lesson work, 21 through 25. Okay, you have not a ton of errors, and I'm going to be looking at spot checking some of the documents. You can keep doing those documents over and over until you get them perfect. Okay, now again, I'm checking it in GDP. The one that I'm really going to check hardcore and is worth 10 points is this correspondence 25-1. If you have errors, even more than one, I have to deduct points. If the format is not correct, I have to deduct points. So get those down to perfect mailability so I can give you all of those points. All right. If you have any questions, please continue to contact me, and I'm happy to help. Continue to email, go on the water cooler, and we'll get going from here. This is a fun course, a great course. Make sure that you stay in line with our deadlines so that you get full points and that you can complete the class on time. As we get closer to the end, you know, I've done it where I haven't done deadlines and people just are not prepared, and it just doesn't work out. So make sure you're holding true to those deadlines. Have a great day, and we'll talk soon.